I'm Kai Xin. I'm a data scientist at Lazada. That's my core job. I'm also the co-founder of Data Science SG, the biggest data science community in Singapore. I guess at the core is technology driven. So I had a short stint in forming my own startup, but what happened was a lot of times you need technology to drive your startup. You need to be able to scale. So my answer to young people who want to think about startup is beyond the VC funding is scalability is something that you need to think about right from the start. Most people scale with technology. I've seen some startups that scale without much technology backing. That's interesting as well. But for example, Lazada, we managed to scale very quickly to across all 6 countries through the use of e-commerce platforms, through the use of data. For Data Science SG, we spread very quickly through Facebook, through Meetup, through having a structured system to kind of host monthly meetups and bring in speakers. So there are things that you must leverage on, and to be able to you need to reach a critical mass. So again, I'm not the best expert in startup. I'm still at the core data science or a computer guy. So, but I think my strongest things I observe after talking to a lot of people is think about scalability from day one, and also think about how you can serve the greatest number of people with the least amount of employees. So it's kind of 10x, 100x, 1000x per employee, and that's probably the goal of a startup. That's interesting because we just discussed that yesterday. So Uber flew a few data scientists down, and then the answer was a few years ago there was absolutely nothing, and now they're really happy that our scene has grown so much. And that's the same feeling I share. When I've been building data science communities for about 7 years since during my school time. When I was in school, we just had a Facebook group, and I was the only one actually posting articles and stuff. People were asking, what the heck are you doing? All these data things. Nowadays, we have thousands of members in Data Science SG, and people are contributing articles, contributing their projects, talking about other meetups they are forming on their own, about AI robotics, cars, about IoT. So it's a proliferation of ideas. It's just people are spreading out, building their own stuff on their own now. There is a very strong sense of ownership and pride and energy in the industry, in the community that I've never seen. It just started probably 2-3 years ago, when people really start getting excited and want to be involved in it, and that's really good. I think it really helps that a lot of the talents are coming back to Singapore as well. A lot of my friends kind of come back here and see, can I contribute to the scene, or the government help a lot as well to promote the tech scene, and all these factors come together, and Singapore becomes a central hub. If you look at Singapore, there is Lazada headquarters here, Grab, Uber, Twitter, Facebook, Google. You can name a whole bunch of startups, big and small, established MNCs, all building a headquarters here, and it brings in a lot of new voices, a lot of people that have a lot of very good skills to share, knowledge to share with the local community. It's kind of we are leveling up the people, and it's very good. Yes, I believe so, because it's applicable to all the industries. So I came from healthcare. Before that, even the IT vendor side, we interact with all sorts of government agencies, many different kind of industries. Now I'm e-commerce, and I have friends that does transport. We have friends that do solar power, energy, even in biomedical field. Many fields will have data, big or small data, and they need to do something about it. Kind of create a product around it, understand it, analyze it. So as long as you have the foundation, you can switch easily between the various fields, and probably just keep going, because we are moving towards IoT, sensors. We are moving towards AI, which will, you think of it as, now we are just looking at data generated by human beings, what we are looking at, what we're clicking on. In future, we are talking about what machines are generating, what the AI is generating for us, what the sensors generating for us. So it's all automated. So the machine will generate even more data than all the humans can ever do. And we need people to understand this, to see the trend, to protect us. There's a lot of like hacking going on nowadays, ransomware, to protect the people. So there's a lot of things we can do.